World of Warcraft story about wolves. Wonder if
We are recording.
Are we?
Okay.
Are we supposed to pretend like we just came back? Or are we supposed to pretend like we
you
just
can
was
re-intro it. It's obviously, like,
yes.
freaking away.
John, we've been sitting here for 2 hours now. Hello.
We're returning
I
once
just-
again. Anyway, so you said World of Warcraft wolf story was something that you had to tell while we were over here.
No, I thought it'd be funny. Devin just reminded me of my first World of Warcraft experience. Have you played World of Warcraft much?
Yeah.
No, you
I
haven't?
played.
I played the original Warcraft.
That's what I played.
Well, yeah, I played vanilla with at my friends, and then I got Burning Crusade, like when that came out, and then Wrath. I believe I played Wrath of the Lich King as well.
Well, I'm not fancy, and I didn't play long. I played exactly like 6 hours. And
Oh, okay.
Because my friends were all like high on World of Warcraft, so they were like, I was playing RuneScape 07,
Sure.
and so they were like, come play World of Warcraft. I'm like, oh, all right. And they're like, what do you want to be? I'm like, oh, I like dwarves. I'm like, okay, I'll do the dwarf thing. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get in there, and it's I don't know if you know, it's like this wintry area, like
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah,
it's
Iron
Winter
Forge
or
and all
whatever
that.
the fuck.
Yeah.
Something Forge.
Yeah, very generic. It's a
So-
Blizzard name for things. It's gonna be really
Exactly.
generic. Anyway, go ahead.
So I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? And he's like, oh, you follow the prompts. I'm like, okay. And it's like, oh, go find. And it's like X amount of like whatever copper gold or whatever it was. And it was like, find 20 of it. And I'm like, oh, and it's like something wolf pelts. And I'm like, all right. So I sat there wandering around this Iron Forge because I had missed the area with the wolves. So I overshot it. So I'm like sitting here walking around for 6 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I've killed 3 wolves. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, is it supposed to be this hard? I'm like, World of Warcraft seems a little boring. Like, I'm sitting here wandering through the woods, and I'm pretty sure isn't that the tutorial like level? That's tutorial like land. Yeah. So I never got out of tutorial land. So that was my experience of World of Warcraft. I don't know if anyone else had a better one, but that was mine.
I started World of Warcraft late. I played back when, like, the pandas was a thing.
Oh yeah, Miss Pandaria.
Yeah.
And then
when
everybody
that one
was like,
came out, I got it.
they ripped off a Kung Fu Panda, and I was like, no, they actually had pandas first. They had Panda Monk Warriors back in like 2003.
96.
No, but
I'm making a crack. It's not even.
Yeah.
I thought that was a man. That's a woman. Oh, sweet
is.
Lord Jesus. The plague! I didn't know we were at the leopard house.
No, she kind of looks like a bulldog. I mean, that's pretty intense. That's a fierce. She's
There's your style, John. There's your stylism.
There you go. Yeah, it's something different. It's a little bit they definitely didn't show a nude woman like scene 1 to get you into the game.
Can you imagine if she were the nude woman that were in scene 1?
Can you imagine if like she was really attractive, but then just turned around and had that face and like nothing else?
How she would be attractive from the back?
Yeah, right. And then she just turns around and she's like, "How are you? My name's Sandra." And you're just like, "Oh God."
She may as well be because have you seen her hands? They look perfect.
Well,
like watch when she pulls them out, like she ever does. She just came into frame.
Yeah. No, we'll have to see.
Yeah, her hands are like flawless compared to.
Oh man, she's making a move now though.
She just starts tonguing.
Oh Lord.
There was a woman at the gas station I just ran into who looked just like that. She came in, she was like,
really.
Hey. She's like, do you have a light? And I was like, it was me and 4 other people in the room, and we were like, it was like thing where everyone's like, I know, and I'm like, I don't smoke, and she goes, do you have a light? And she gets like closer to me, and I'm like, and she looks like this woman, keep in mind, so I'm just like,
okay.
Oh God, I don't want to get knifed.
But did she look really good from the back?
No, she looked like I mean, I didn't want.
She looked like death.
I don't want to be rude, but she did look like death. I mean, I thought.
Oh yeah, her hands do look really nice.
Yeah, she's got nice little. She lotions them. Look, she's got nice.
Yeah,
little...
she's not taking care of that face though.
They're taking care of for. Was it 13th century?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a 13th century game, and she got a bit of sun, you know.
A bit of sun.
Bit of sun.
I love that it's just quiet. All you hear is you go. A bit of sun.
And this dude with like chainmail on like his chainmail and his chainmail. Now somebody's gonna correct me and be like, "Well, technically that armor."
It's plate chain.
Yeah, it's like that's really silly looking, to be totally honest. But I mean, granted there was probably armor at some point that looked like that. But then you look at like some of these like jousting armor anyway, and it's like even if it is authentic, that's just stupid.
I love that we take this I guess this commentary into 2 different directions. John is like, I question the logic of these decisions that are in the game and like their realism and how they pertain to the real world. And I'm like, That little woman looks like the bitch I ran into at the gas station. That's the two directions this goes into.
No,
Cool,
but
that man can swim with some. You're gonna make comment on that?
Oh no! I love video game swimming. It's just like ridiculous. It's like this dude holding his breath, but like he is doing extreme cardio. Like, no, I love it. I love it because if I could swim like that.
If I could swim,
I'm
kidding. I can swim. I can swim
okay,
fine.
Okay.
I can't.
Can you not swim?
No, I can't swim.
You can't swim.
Can anyone in the comments section? Can you swim? I'm curious. I don't know how many people can swim
No,
these days.
actually, in the comments section, explain to Devin how to swim step by step. Like go with like that old. There was in third grade we had this woman who was teaching us about robotics and like how you have to like program each individual step,
Yeah.
right? So she did this thing where she was like, have me make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so, like, we were like, take out bread and put peanut butter on it. And so she's like, grabs the bread, like, as the loaf, right, without opening it, and puts it down and puts peanut butter on it. And she did it to, like, illustrate a point that, like, there's this large set of section steps that you have to do for anything.
Yeah.
So, long story short, one, it was just really interesting as a mental exercise. That lady was really, really neat. Because she would just, like, instead of, like, explaining something to you, she would just literally put peanut butter on the outside of a plastically wrapped set of bread, and it was like, well, lady, you've kind of ruined that. But on the flip side, like, we really, it stuck with me even now. But that's how I want you to explain to Devin how to swim. It's like in that level of detail.
I love how you tie it back. Like, but that's how I want you to explain how to swim.
like just like, like stroke, turn head 45 degrees sideways, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get really into it,
Speaking of RuneScape 07, as we just went,
Just casually backtrack like 5 minutes.
No, I wanted to make the comment when we saw it, but whenever we were going through town, whenever people talk, they have like a little text box above their, not a little box, a little text above their head that floats.
Right.
I didn't know they had that in here, so when I saw that, I'm like, I immediately think of like lobbies, 4K, like buying GF, like I'm like, oh, is this RuneScape? Like I feel like I'm back in the old Lumbridge, like.
No, I do miss that World of Warcraft. They would have like town speak or whatever, and you'd get into the big cities, and it was just like, bruh, and like that's all you saw, and you were like, right, and it was, I don't know, it was just crazy stuff.
Have you seen the meme of the girl asking the guy, and it's like, wow, and she's looking as he's typing on the computer, and it's like, wow, how'd you get so good at typing? And it's like him and another image like imposed over it, and it's the market from RuneScape 07 where everyone's typing really fast at the same time.
Oh my god.
And he's like, I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of good.
Just like a really intense face, like
Exactly.
he's just like, oh my god.
Well, it's like anyone who's played it knows exactly where he's coming from.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That dude looked drunk as he walked off the screen right there. It's Ringo Starr, he's back.
Oh my gosh. No, no, I do love this like one scar over the eye type thing, and then there's always this kind of weird thing in video games where they want to make characters asymmetric. So if you look at his armor and stuff like that, he's always gonna have like one of his shoulder pads is different than the other one. I don't know. It's just something that like I'm kind of noticing with all the characters, is that you have this kind of mildly asymmetric design.
Yeah. But do you not find that more interesting?
No, it is. It is. It draws your eye to them, and so the characters that are done symmetrically tend to just be your background characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then your asymmetric characters tend to be the characters that you look at. It's the same reason why like you look at like actors' faces and stuff like that, is that if you look at the qualities in their face, they tend to be more asymmetric, which is actually really weird. Like if you and this is gonna sound super creepy, but if you go look at Selena Gomez's face long enough, it starts to like kind of freak you out.
No, it's I know what you're referencing because I've
Right.
seen the studies on that.
I just stared at Selena Gomez.
Not
long
Selena
enough
Gomez
to-
specifically, but I know what you're talking about when you talk about symmetrics in the face.
Yeah.
Is that the right wording? Anyway.
Yeah. However that goes.
Yeah, symmetry. That's what it was.
But yeah, that's why like he'll have a scar and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Well, when I'm doing like character design and stuff like that.
Oh,
I
mine are
always
always
try
asymmetric too.
I didn't know if it was just me, but now that you brought it up, it's just. I feel like that's basic, like because you don't want to. It looks unnatural whenever you have a character that's like perfectly.
Well, the other thing too is that when you're learning how to draw, I find that it's really hard to copy the same exact image that you did, and so as you're learning how to draw, you're naturally going to be drawn towards asymmetric characters just generally.
Just because everything you draw looks like a potato with a smiley face shoved in it. Well, not yours, John. But I'm talking.
Not you specifically. I mean, it could be anybody.
I thought you had a little mask on, but it's the shading from the tree.
That would have been hilarious.
He's got an eye patch. Look. He's brilliant.
Oh, that's dumb.